Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I have a good old-fashioned Sephora haul for you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I have made not one, not two, but three shopping trips to Sephora over the last week, and I stocked up. I combined all of my little shopping trips, and I made an online purchase that came in this week. And so I have a lot of goodies to share. Some of these are restocks of products that I already love and use, and then some of them just like, you know, when you cruise the Sephora aisles, you just like, you know, you get taken away. And some of these products, I was like, this sounds like a really awesome product. I have to try it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I do want to thank Sephora for partnering with me on this video. I'm so honored to get to work with them pretty regularly. I do want to mention that if you're not a Sephora Beauty Insider, I'm going to have the link down below where you can sign up for that. I'm sure most of you guys, if not all of you, are familiar with what that program is, but it's a free program that you can join. And based on how much you shop throughout the year, you'll accumulate points, which you can then redeem for product samples. You can also redeem them for early access to events that they have in store and online for savings. I like to use mine when I accumulate them to get $10 off my purchase. So it's definitely worth signing up for. I'll leave a link down below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, all the makeup that I have on today is from Sephora, and I'm going to link everything that I have on down below. A lot of it is products that I picked up. So starting with the foundation, I actually did pick this up even though I already owned it because I misplaced it. I mean, if you could see my station here right now, it's kind of embarrassing. It's such a mess. And I couldn't find my Danessa Myricks. I want to get this name right because it's a long name. Blurring Balm Powder. I guess that's not so long. Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I love this foundation, and I had to pick up another shade because, again, I misplaced mine. I actually have it in two shades. I have it as my foundation shade, which is number 4, and then I have it in number 6 for my bronzer. What I love about this product, this will give very matte skin. It has a special ingredient in it that actually helps control oil and sebum production throughout the day, so you'll stay and remain matte all day long. So on those days where you want to have that like velvety matte finish, this is a great one to go to. Oily skin types, you will love this. It's described as a balm powder, but it really is not a powder. It's like a cream. I think it's because they describe it that way because it has more of a powder finish. So I picked up the shade 4. I did have 6 on hand still. So that was my first purchase. I'm super excited about this. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I actually got this yesterday. On my way there, I was cruising through. I have a Facebook page, like kind of like a beauty community that's the most amazing place on the internet, and it's called Beauty Chit Chat on Facebook. And Stephanie, my friend in there, she was raving about this product, and I happened to see it like as I was driving to Sephora. So this is the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Body Oil. I love this brand. I love their body butters, I think it's called. I just love the scent of it. It's very rich and luxurious, and it just reminds me of being on vacation. It leaves my skin so supple and soft for hours. Like I'll put this on, the body cream on, and my skin will be supple for hours to the touch. I love body oils. I have a variety of different body oils that I like to mix with my body lotion every day. So every day I'm using a body oil, mixing it with a lotion or a cream. I also like to take body oil and rub it on my shoulders and right here on my collarbone if I'm wearing like a spaghetti strap, sleeveless, or you know, something that shows the arms and the shoulders. I like to do that as just like, I call it kind of like the J-Lo glow skin. So I picked this up, super excited to use this. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna love it because I do love this scent. So this was an online order, and this is a product that I have used for years. It's the Armani Eye Tints, and I picked up the shade 9, which is like kind of like a cool shimmery copper color, and then I picked up the shade 30M, which is a matte, kind of more charcoaly brown shade. I actually have both of these on my eyes today. I started with the matte deeper brown, and I just did a couple of dots on the eyes, and then I took a fluffy crease brush. I actually took our Angie Hot and Flashy A503 BK Beauty, and I blended it out onto the lid to really sheer it out. These are pretty pigmented, so you don't want to use a lot. You'll see too, I'll include some B-roll so you can see how much I applied. Just a little dot and then blend that out. And then I topped it just in the center of the lid with the shade 9, which is a lighter, shimmery, light reflective shade, just to give a little bit of a highlight. These are like liquid shadows, but they dry and stay in place. They don't stay creamy or wet on the eyes, so they're a very long wearing product. You can add shadow, like powder shadow on top of this if you want, but I really never feel the need to. I think if you have dry or mature or textured eyelids, these are such a beautiful, beautiful formula, especially for shimmer, if you like to wear shimmer, because they're just really nice and they just meld into the skin and look so nice and natural. So picked up these 2. I'm excited to get back to using these because I used to use this all the time, but it's been a couple years, I think, since I had mine. So excited about that. I stopped by the Supergoop aisle, and I have to say Supergoop is such a brand that catches my attention. They are known for their SPF products, and they create SPF in a variety of different types of products to wear. So depending on if you like to get your SPF in a cream or a lotion or an oil or a powder, you can find a really cool and innovative product for them. Now, I hadn't heard anything about these products, so I will keep you posted on how I like them. I did use this one today, right before applying my foundation. So let me tell you what the two products are. They're both SPF. So this is the Daily Dose Vitamin C SPF 40. So it has vitamin C and SPF in it. And the texture of this is, I mean, I want to say it's a super lightweight serum that feels a little oily. Like once you rub it onto the skin, it has an oily feel to it. Now it does feel, I don't want to say thick, but it's not like a super sheer oil. It doesn't feel like that. I applied it today and I have the blurring balm on top of it. And I knew that that would likely, even though I hadn't tried it, I had confidence pairing it with this foundation because again, this foundation is super matte. So even if this applied pretty shiny, and you'll actually see when I did, it gave my skin a super like really high shine, high glow, but put on top of the matte, then it totally like mattifies it down and makes the skin look more natural. So I did like the way that this felt. I think that this would be a great product too to use on days that maybe you're not going to wear foundation. Maybe you're working outside or you're at the beach, you're at the pool, and you want easier to blend in SPF instead of doing like a really thick SPF that takes forever to blend in. So I really enjoyed this product today. And then I also picked up the Daily Dose Hydra Ceramide Boost SPF 40. This is a sunscreen oil. So I'm excited to try this. Let's just go ahead and open it. And let me put a little bit of this onto my hand so I can describe the texture to you. So this comes in a dropper formula. I mean, this has the slightest oil-like feeling to it. It almost feels more like a water. Like it feels like water. It doesn't feel like an oil. Once you rub it in, you can see a slight, let me show you on my hand because I didn't show you guys. Once you rub it in, you feel a little bit of oil, but it's very, very lightweight. Wow, that feels really nice. Ooh, okay, I'm excited to use this. And then the other product that I picked up from Supergoop is their Resetting Mineral Powder. And I've had this in the past, but again, it has gone, lost in the abyss here in my makeup room. This is a mineral SPF of 35 in a powder formula. And my thought with this, I actually applied it over my foundation today. It worked really nice. But my thought with this is to keep it in my purse as my touch-up powder. It has my brush and my powder in one. It doesn't really get any more convenient than that. They have these in a couple of shades, and I picked up the translucent. When I applied this on my hand, it really gave a nice like silky blur effect. I have little bitty lines in my hands that you can see. When I put that, everything just looked really smooth. So excited about these 3 Supergoop purchases. Another repurchase was the Sephora lip plumper in the shade Outrageous. I purchased this just around the holidays, but Brooklyn has snagged it from me, so I had to get myself one. I really love this product. It's a great lip plumper, super shiny gloss. It feels like a traditional gloss in terms of texture. This looks like it has a pink opalescent. When you put on the lips, it's pretty clear. So I actually like to use this to kind of prep my lips before I go in with lip product. Like if I'm starting my makeup, I'll put a little bit of this on, and by the time I get to lips, it's still pretty glossy on the lips. It hasn't absorbed completely, but it just softens any lipstick that I use. So I really like this again as a treatment or a topper on your lip gloss. I think that Sephora makes a really great, or lip plumper formula. Yeah, and it works great over lipsticks. It works great over liquid lipsticks, over other glosses. I've combined those, so it's a really versatile lip plumper. I picked up a couple of Pat McGrath products that I've used in the past and loved. I have to say, if someone made me pick my absolute favorite concealer ever of all time, it would be difficult, but I would probably name the Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection Concealer. This is such a unique formula. Now, it's not for everybody. It is full coverage. So if you don't like full coverage, then you're probably gonna find this to be a little too heavy, but it has this really interesting texture to it. It's almost like a gel formula. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It feels like concealer initially when you swatch it on the skin. When you start to blend it out, you feel like this very, very smooth, buttery luxe formula. And it looks more natural. As far as the full coverage concealer, it does wear on the skin a little bit more natural. It has more of a natural finish, so it doesn't look powdered or matte, but it doesn't look like ultra creamy either. It stays in place, it doesn't move. This is just, I find, just one of the best concealers I have ever tried. And I'm the shade LM them in. So I restocked on that. And then I also picked up this setting powder for underneath the eyes. I've used this before in the white translucent, but this time I picked it up in the shade yellow. It's specifically designed to set underneath your eyes. And it has just a very silky, light formula. Like I said, I've used the translucent in the past, but the yellow is really nice to brighten underneath the eyes and give a bit more brightness and highlight. So I grabbed that. I stopped by every single counter and I picked up the Makeup Forever 24-hour Aqua Resist Color Pencil in the shade Ivy, 9 Ivy. It's just a nice deep plum color. I'm all about lately like choosing liners that have a little bit of plum in them because it complements green eyes and it's an alternative to doing a black or a really dark brown. This is a very soft formula and it stays in place and doesn't move. It also works great to tightline the inner waterline because it's waterproof. It's going to stay in place. And I find that I don't have to go back and forth, 1 or 2 swipes and I get rich color payoff. So I really like this. I'm excited about this product and actually got this kind of as a tester for Brooklyn. Brooklyn's really been into skincare. Both the girls have been into skincare lately. Kate's kind of following the steps of Big Sis, you know, and Big Sis has really been into skincare lately. She likes to watch skincare routine videos and she has her little skincare fridge and she likes to put her hair back with her like, you know, towel of a headband. And it's just the cutest thing ever. My baby's growing up. But I'm trying to look for brands that are, one, affordable. You know, I don't really quite want to spend $50 or $60 on a cleanser for my 10-year-old. But I also want to find products that are high quality and I want to find products that are safe and clean and mild and gentle for her very, very sensitive skin. So I grabbed this from the Inky List. It's the Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser. It says it's formulated for all, and it's a hydrate skin and remove makeup. You know, hyaluronic acid is an ingredient that we naturally produce. It is a moisture magnet. I think it holds like up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So the best way to use it is, well, if you're using it as a serum, which this is not, this is a cleanser, it's best to apply it on damp skin, like after you wash your face, but don't completely dry it because you're gonna apply it on there and it's gonna absorb all that moisture and help retain it. So I'm interested to use this cleanser. I'm gonna test it out first to see how my skin responds, how it feels, and then if I think it's great for Brooklyn, I'm gonna purchase it for the girls as well. So, but the Inky List is a really great brand that is very affordable at Sephora. Okay, next up we have this by Say Beauty. It's the Glow Super Gel Dewy Illuminating Fluid, and I was sold on this when I saw it on my friend Joe's Instagram. Joe is such a light on Instagram. She has an Instagram that is like all about inspiring and empowering women over 50. She is beautiful. She's very fashionable and she just has the best energy. She lives here in Austin. We've gotten together and she's just like a light. Anyway, okay, so she was talking about this product and she features all clean beauty, by the way. And I saw her mix this with the Say Beauty Tinted SPF, which I also have downstairs and I love that product. It comes in 2 colors. It comes in like a more bronzy shade, but I got Star Glow, which is the lighter. It's a liquid luminizer. And the way she used it is she mixed the 2 together. What I like about this is it's a very light highlighter. Like it's not super iridescent at all. It doesn't look real pearlescent or shimmery at all. It has the most subtle luminosity to it. So it's very versatile. I feel like you could use this. I'm speaking as if I've used it. I haven't used it yet. But knowing what I know about products like this, I feel like this would be a great product to put underneath foundation for a subtle glow or to mix with foundation. It doesn't have a whole lot of pearlescence. It's very, very soft highlight. So excited about that. So I also picked up this concealer from Say Beauty. I don't think I've tried this. I don't know. When I was in Sephora, I was pretty confident that I had never tried it. But then when I got home and I applied it today, I was like, this seems familiar. You do that when you purchase as much makeup as I do. So this is the Say Beauty concealer, and what sold me on this is I was at the Say Beauty counter picking up this, and I read that this was a very lightweight sheer concealer that was hydrating, and my thought was this might be really great for mature skin or very dry texture under eyes. Yesterday, before we went to Sephora, my daughters had a play. They were both in the musical Elf, and one of Brooklyn's friends' grandmothers came up to me, and she was asking my opinion for a lightweight concealer that was natural and creamy, and I had to kind of rack my brain, and the one I ended up recommending to her was actually a drugstore brand. But when I got to Sephora and I saw this, I was like, oh, I gotta try that. I applied it today. It is a very, very hydrating, very creamy. It feels very, very nourishing to the under eye area. The coverage is definitely on the lighter side, but I still feel like I got enough coverage. Yeah, and I like it. And I've had it on for about an hour. It hasn't creased. It looks very natural. I picked up the shade 1.5. So I got that. Okay, and then the last product that I picked up is from Makeup by Mario, and it is a product that I already know I love because I have it in a few other shades. It is his Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. You know these formulas, they've really been popular over the last couple years. Charlotte Tilbury has one, a few other brands have them, but they look like a lip balm, and they're very sheer in color, but super glossy. It's almost like a gloss on the lips, but in a stick formula. And I got the shade Bronze Glow. I just loved this shade. I'm gonna show you. I have to be careful when you swatch it because they're so like melty that I find you have better success when you just pat it onto the lips versus swiping. When I swipe these products, whether it's Makeup by Mario or Charlotte Tilbury, any other brand, when I swipe them, I end up getting chunks of it on my lips. So I find just pressing it, you're gonna get a better payoff. So this is what the color, it's called Bronze Glow, and it's just a really pretty bronzy peachy shade. I tend to go for a lot more pinks on the lips, so I wanted to mix it up and get something different. Oh my gosh, I have one more product, and I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about this because this is kind of like a new hot product. It's from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Glow Guide Face Architect Highlighter, and I got the shade Pillow Talk. I know I'm a little late, I didn't get this when it was first released and launched, but I wanted to get it and try it nonetheless. It's a powder highlighter, and I have it on today. It's very soft and natural. I did apply it very light, with a very light hand. I applied it right around my cheekbones and my brow. I applied a tiny bit on my nose. I really love applying products like this right in the inner corner of the eye just to light the eyes up, and then also a tiny bit underneath the eyebrow to give a little bit of a highlight. Products like these that are designed for the face tend to be softer in shimmer than an eyeshadow, like a shimmery eyeshadow. And when I go underneath the brow, sometimes I like a little shimmer, but a lot of shadows that are shimmery will be too intense and too pigmented. So I always like to use like facial highlighters underneath the brow. So yeah, I got this one in the shade Pillow Talk. It's really nice. All right, you guys, that is it for my Sephora haul. Lots of products. I'll link them all down in the description box below for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.